Okay, so in the last video, I did the basic setup for this character. Um, so basically, I can have him move left to right, and I can move the camera around, and I can, if the camera is pointing in this direction, and I press forward, then he snaps forward in relation to the camera. If I press left, then he goes left in relation to the camera, and right and back. So, so all that's working now, and the thing that's obviously missing is the animations, and that's exactly what I'm going to work on in this video. So I'm going to press Q for quit, and I'm going to close this window, and I'm going to, first of all, if I look over here, this is the default pose of the main character, but if I open up this animations folder, I've got the three idle, walk, run animations, but these won't actually work for what I want to do. If I want to implement the animations, I need to create these, or I need to make these into res files. So in order to do that, I'm going to double click. I'll double click on the Goth idle, and when this opens, I'm going to click on Actions, Set Animation Save Paths, select Current Folder, Set Paths, and then re-import. And that should create the idle res. I'll do that for the run. Double click. Actions, Set Animation Save Paths, select Current Folder, Set Paths, re-import. And you've got the Goth run res. And one last one, Goth walk GLB. Actions, Set Animation Save Paths, select Current Folder, Set Paths, re-import. Okay, so that's all good. Idle, run, and walk. I'll be using walk 2. So first I'm going to right click, and I'm going to I want to click on add child node, and I'm going to create an animation player. And the first thing I need to do is in the player, as you can see, the animations are going to be played in this skeletal mesh, Goth default pose. So in the animation player, I need to specify the root node. By default, it's this root node here. I need to change it to this. Press OK. In the animations, I'm going to manage animations. I'm going to create a new library, and I'll call it animations. And one by one, I'll start bringing in these animations. So I'll start with idle. I got to click on this folder icon. I'll bring in walk 2, and I'll bring in run, and I'll press OK. So now, if I press play, you can see the idle's playing, but it's not on loop. So I need to click on loop. If I press it again, it plays continuously. And if I go down here, I'll press run. I'll press on loop ahead of time, and if I press play, then the run animation loops. So I do one last time for the walk. Press loop, press play to test, and he's walking. Okay, so I'm going to right click. So the animation player handles this all the animations. So I need to create another child node. Make sure you do it under player 3D, and I'm going to create an animation tree. And under animation tree, like the animation player, I need to specify Goth default pose. And I also need to specify animation node blend tree. And the anim player, I need to set this animation player. So it's going to reference this animation player. This graph, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to create blend space 1D. and I'm going to connect it right away over here, and I'm going to click Open Editor. And right now by default the left is -1 and the right is 1. I don't need the -1, so I'm going to set it to 0. That's going to be my range from 0 to 1. And on the far left I'm going to right click, add animation, idle. Right in the middle I'm going to right click, add animation, walk. And then on the far right it's going to be animation, run. And remember, these are all the res files. And if I go back to my root, as you can see the idle is playing, but as soon as I drag this value, it goes to walk, and then if I go all the way to 1, it runs. So I'm just going to manually set this back to 0, and then so everything is good there. Now all I need to do is script it. So I'm going to start off by creating a variable, and that variable is going to be at onReady variable anim tree equals animation tree. So I'm getting a reference to this, which is right here, animation tree, and I'm storing it in this variable anim tree. And at the very bottom, under the physics process function, I want to go to the very bottom here, and then I'm going to create a piece of script. It's going to be anim tree dot set. I'm going to create 2 quotations, but I'm going to fill that in 2 seconds. First I'm going to type in velocity dot length, and it's going to be divided by move speed. So this here, these quotations, with the animation tree selected, I'm going to go down parameters, blend space 1D, and basically I'm getting a reference to this blend here, this 0 to 1. So what I do is right click and get copy property path, and I paste it inside of these quotations, and that should be pretty much it for the basic setup. So I'm just going to quickly save all scenes, and then I'm going to hit play. So as you can see, if I move around, not only is he moving around in relation to the camera, but also the idle animation's playing, and when I move, it's actually playing the run animation. So I haven't done anything to add the run. It should be walking right now, and then it should only run if I'm pressing the right mouse button. So that's the next thing that I'm going to implement. So for the time being, I'm going to press Q, and then I'm going to close this. Okay, so I'm going to refine this now. So basically, down here, the reason why he's only running is because this piece of code right here doesn't really interpolate. If I go to the animation tree, here, that piece of code goes from here to here, but it doesn't interpolate for anything in between. So I need to make it so that it does interpolate for that. So in order to do that, I need to declare some variables first. So underneath this, I'm going to create @export variable walk speed, and I'll make it equal to, let's just say 4. export variable run speed equal to, I'll make it something high like 12, and then I'll do export move scale, and you'll see in a minute what that's for. I'm going to set it to 0.5. So basically, this move speed is going to be set to either walk or run. It's going to be set to 4 or 12, and this right now that move speed is already passed through here in this last piece of code that affects this anim tree, this value here. So the input function, I'm just going to copy and paste this. If event.action is pressed, the run button, which is the right mouse button, and I'll copy and paste that right below it. But this one's going to be elif. Elif is, I think it's short for else if. Event is action released. So if the button is pressed, that means move speed is equal to run speed. elif, if it's released, gotta check, make sure my spelling is correct. If it's released, then move speed is equal to walk speed. As well, maybe I do need 20 colon. Oh, I see what. There we go. Also, I created that variable move scale. So the reason why, well, first I'll set the values first. So when the run button is pressed, move scale is going to be set to 1. But if it's released, which means it's walking, that means move scale equals 0.5. So this 0.5 means it's halfway between 0 and 1. But if the button is pressed, the run button, then it's going to be 1. So what I got to do is back down here, in order to make this more sophisticated, I'm going to multiply this value by move scale. So if he's walking, it's going to half the value of this. If he's running, then it's going to be the full value, whatever this is. Okay, so I'll quickly mention that the reason why the camera wasn't rotating right away is because this was accidentally set to left, which is the A button for the left movement, but it should have been action, which is the left mouse button. So if I go ahead play now, if I click the left mouse button, then I can rotate, and if I start moving around, he walks. And then while he's walking, if I press the right mouse button, he starts running and he starts moving faster. And if I let go, he walks again. Okay, so I'm going to hit Q to exit, or to get my cursor back so I can close this. And the next thing is I'm going to deal with the gravity as well as the jump. Okay, so before I begin this, the jump in gravity, I'll just apologize for the laggy plays. When I hit play, it does the software that I'm using, the recording software, it's not capturing everything smoothly. But I promise you, if you go through this entire tutorial, everything should work nicely on your computer. So the first thing that I need to do in order to do this jump is I need to deal with the animation that I imported. So I have the jump idle GLB, but I can't just use that, so I need to double click to create the res file. So I'm going to click actions, set animation save paths, select current folder, set paths, and then re-import. And it gives me this here, and I need to rename this to jump idle. And then once that's done, I'm going to go to manage animations. I'm going to click this folder to add the jump idle. I'm going to go OK, and then in the jump idle, I need to make sure that it's looping, so I'll click that. So back in the animation tree, obviously the output is only connected to the blend space ID or 1D, so I'm going to disconnect that. I'm going to right click and create animation, and this one's going to be the jump idle, and these two are going to be blended using a one shot. So right click one shot. By default, it's going to be the blend space 1D, which is the idle walk run. So he's idling, and then I want to put the animation here, and this is going to be played if it's fired, and it's going to stop when I hit abort. Okay, so now that's set up, I'm going to go back into the script, and I need to start by creating some variables. So up here, I'm going to create export variable jump impulse 12, and I'm also going to create another variable called gravity. It's going to be minus 30. Okay, so it's going to be constantly going down. Gravity is going to be downwards, minus 30, and when I press the jump button, it's going to be 12 in the up. So another thing that I need to do is I need to go to project settings. I need to add a jump button, and then I'm going to set it to space bar, and I think it's way down here. I think it's this one. Go OK, and then I'll close. So back in the script, I want to go down to the process, the physics process. So right above this velocity, I'm going to add some stuff. I'm going to create a variable. It's going to be called y underscore velocity equals velocity dot y and velocity dot y equals 0, 0, and then right below right below this portion, I'm going to add, so after it does this this calculation, then it's going to add to it. So velocity dot y equals y velocity plus gravity times delta. So if I were to hit play now, if I were to walk off the ledge, then I would fall. Before it was just, it wasn't falling. After that, right below here, I'm going to create a variable is starting jump. And it's going to be equal to input is action just pressed. So if the jump button is pressed, which is the space bar, and is on floor. So the thing about this one here, I think it's already built in somewhere. It's not within this code. It's something that already comes with Godot, I think. That's my understanding. So right below this is just checking to see if it's hitting the floor below the capsule. If is starting jump, so if the button is pressed, velocity dot y plus equals impulse. Oh, sorry. Jump impulse. So if the button's pressed, then he goes up and falls back down. Right below here, if is starting jump, so I'll create a bunch of these. If is starting jump, else if not is starting, or sorry, is not on floor, and velocity dot y is 0. I'll create one more. Else if is on floor. So if it's on floor, then I can just do what I was doing before, which is idle walk run. If not, then if it is jumping, then what I need to do is I'll just copy and paste this over here. If it's jumping, anim tree dot set. I'm going to select the anim tree, and as you can see, I have the request. So I'm going to right click and copy property path, and I'm going to paste it right here. one shot request, and then I'm going to type in animation node one shot dot one, oops, so one shot request fired. I want to copy and paste this. If it's not on floor, then it's going to do the same thing. But as soon as it is on floor, I'll paste it here too, but instead of fire, I'll do abort. So that should be it. So I'm going to try that out. Okay, so I'll just hit play to demonstrate this. So I'm going to hit the left mouse button once to activate the camera. So if I'm moving around and I press the space bar, so it seems to work. The only problem is there's no nice transition. It's just it just clicks to the jump idle, which is fine. That's something I can just finesse later. But if I fall off the ledge, then it goes into the jump idle animation, which looks pretty good. Okay, so that seems to work. I'm going to press Q, close this. I'm going to cut it off here. I think that was long enough for one video. Yeah, so that was the idle, walk, run, and jump animations. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do for the next videos. It's probably going to be things like interacting with the environment or attacking. Maybe I'll add some enemies. I'll decide as I go, but for now, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. And yeah, please be on the lookout for future videos. Okay, thanks.